Hello everyone, my name is Natalie. I'm the Policy and Advocacy Intern here with the Alliance for Positive Youth Development, and today I'm here to talk to you about the state of LGBT policy here in the US. Currently, there are only 6 states that require inclusive LGBTQ curriculums in public schools. Those states are California, Illinois, Nevada, Oregon, New Jersey, and Colorado. In the state of Illinois, for example, this means that history classes are required to teach the roles of lesbian, gay, bi, and trans people throughout history. Some examples of these folks are Alexander the Great, Emily Dickinson, and Marsha P. Johnson. Comparatively, there are 6 states that require inclusive sex education. On the opposite end of the spectrum, there are 6 states that ban teaching LGBTQ histories altogether. These states are Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Texas. Florida also has joined this list with their infamous Don't Say Gay bill. In recent years, we have seen the importance of integrating critical race theory in schools. As Kimberly Crenshaw says, critical race theory explains how racism has shaped the US and how that impact is still felt today. Part of that understanding is learning the ugly side of history here in the US and understanding the intersectionality of people. We know that Black men face racism in their daily lives. We know that white women face high rates of sexism. Kimberly Crenshaw points out that Black women face even higher rates, but are often lost in the abyss between being Black and being a woman. And what about Black queer women? How many of those young women and girls have we forgotten because they are struggling to be seen under any one of these identities? Students do not learn about Black and Indigenous women in schools, let alone women who have identified with the LGBTQ community. The Gleason survey regularly monitors school climate. The survey found that when students attend a school with LGBTQ inclusive curriculums, they report feeling safer, less victimized on the basis of their sexuality or gender identity, and feel more comfortable speaking with teachers and asking for help. When students feel safer at schools, they see themselves represented in literature, history, and sex ed. Educators, administrators, and counselors are actively mitigating feelings of rejection, isolation for LGBTQ youth. It is time we take this a step further. Learning about Black, Indigenous, and people of color is incredibly important to working towards an equitable and just future. But no one person is one-dimensional. We have different identities beyond race, including gender identity, sexuality, religious affiliation, and so on. We need to be teaching young people about the many queer people in history who have paved the way for us now. Gina Davis said, "If she can see it, she can be it." Representation matters. Showing young queer people, especially young queer, Black, Indigenous, and people of color, examples of successful artists, doctors, politicians, lawyers, is essential to empowering young folks today in the hopes of creating a more inclusive future.